The deficit that we're in right now, Social Security is in deficit spending. 6 years ahead of the time that it's projected to be in deficit spending. That's the type of spending that's going on. And we have to change that. Mark Schauer has done more damage to Social Security by voting for Nancy Pelosi's bloated $1 trillion deficit-producing budget that goes into the years to come, by voting for the stimulus bill that stimulated nothing except government growth. And when he voted for that, he said, I'll bring back 109,000 new jobs to Michigan. And I'll bring back almost 8,000 jobs to this district. What's been the tally? 70,000 jobs net loss. Almost 10,000 jobs net loss in this district. So if anybody's standing in the way of the success of Social Security and the security of Social Security, it's Mark Schauer and the Democrats that continue on spending as if there were no end, and yes, China holds our debt. So that's the type of things that are going on, but 38% means that we need to redouble our efforts to burrow in for these next 6 weeks, and I can commit to you, if you want me to win, you're not going to outwork me for these last 6 weeks. Even June won't outwork me, or my wife, in the time we spend, because we, like you, believe that this nation is on a tipping point right now. And Barack Obama has done the service to us to slap us upside the head and remind us that America could go away if we neglect it. And we've neglected it for years. I've been so encouraged by the strength of passion of American people in this district who have got interests like you to come out at 5:30 on a Wednesday evening. It is Wednesday, right? Wednesday evening, to attend an event like this, to hear the full story, to ask questions, and we're going to give plenty of time to do that, and hear from your candidate what he would say in response to those questions. 6 weeks to go. You will see a lot more ugly things. If you've been watching the Lansing network stations today, you've seen our first response to the lies that are going on from the Democrat Party and Mark Schauer's campaign. And these are fact-checked issues where, surprisingly, news organizations have checked the fact, and they've said that it's not true. And you'll be hearing more. But more importantly, you'll be hearing where we stand on the issues, what we intend to do. Yes, last night I showed up at a town hall meeting in Brunson, and when I was walking up to the restaurant, an individual was standing outside, and he said to me, "You Walberg?" I thought, should I say yes, or should I check further? I said, "Yeah, I'm Tim Walberg." He says, "Good." He said, "But I want to tell you, I hope you vote no an awful lot if you get back there." And I said, "You know something? The Democrat Party wants to call the Republicans the party of no. Well, the only reason we have to say no so much is because of the stupid things they're putting out. The un-American things that they're putting out. And un-American from the point of view, and this will never be inserted in the video if they use it, un-American from the point of view that it says that Americans aren't willing to step up to the plate, be responsible, take the risks, fail sometimes, succeed sometimes, but are willing to do it on their own. If you give them the opportunity to do it as opposed to taking away from it. That's Americanism. That's what Reagan called exceptionalism in America. And it's its people. So we're committed to doing that. But we also have alternatives. On the health care bill, some of you have heard me before. I introduced health care reform legislation when I was in Congress, and Nancy Pelosi sat on it for a year and a half. Never let it even come for a hearing. Never let the opportunity for the American people to talk about it. She didn't let the American people talk about the Obamacare either, in the sense of really taking their point of view and doing something about it. Just ran it over the top of us, and now they're trying to describe to us why we ought to like it.
Can you comment about that?
Sure can. Sure can. The first thing we can do is get a Republican majority. And I can say that safely this time because the majority of Republican candidates that are running are conservatives. And they made the same commitment that I have to repeal the Obamacare plan. And the first step in repealing it is not funding it. Funding starts in the House. So if the House doesn't send a funding bill for implementing Obamacare, the President can't do anything with it. Now, he can implement the tax increases, which they're already starting to do. But he won't be able to hire without further deficit spending if we would give that to him. But he can't hire the 16,500 new IRS agents needed to police Obamacare's funding mechanism.